Maria Santos stood frozen at checkout lane 6. She stared at the small screen in disbelief. Declined! The cashier tried again. Same result. Maria felt her cheeks burn. Around her sat a week's worth of groceries. Bread, milk, eggs, pasta, a small package of chicken. Nothing extravagant, just enough to get through the week. She reached into her purse and checked her bank app again. The number hadn't magically changed. $11.42. The total on the register was $84.67. Somewhere between rent, utilities, and an unexpected car repair, she'd miscalculated. Badly. "I'm sorry," Maria whispered. The young cashier offered a sympathetic smile. "It happens." Maria began sorting through her groceries. "I'll just put some things back." She grabbed the chicken first, then the milk, then several cans of soup. Each item felt like a small defeat. Behind her, a woman loudly sighed, then sighed again, then a third time. Maria's shoulders tightened. The woman finally spoke, loud enough for everyone nearby to hear. "Some of us have places to be." Maria didn't respond. She continued removing items. The woman wasn't finished. "If you don't have money for groceries, maybe you shouldn't be shopping." The words hit like a slap. Several people looked away awkwardly. The cashier looked uncomfortable. Maria's eyes immediately filled with tears. Not because of the groceries, not because of the money, because she had spent her entire life working. 2 jobs, 60-hour weeks, doing everything she could to keep her head above water. And still, sometimes, it wasn't enough. The woman crossed her arms. "This is ridiculous." Maria looked down at the floor. Humiliation flooded through her. Then another voice spoke up. Calm, firm. "That's enough." The line fell silent. A man near the back stepped forward. He looked to be in his 40s, work boots, worn jeans, a tired face, but kind eyes. He looked directly at the woman. "You don't know her situation." The woman scoffed. "And you do?" "No," the man replied, "but I know what struggling looks like." He turned toward Maria. "How much is the total?" Maria immediately shook her head. "No, it's okay." The man smiled. "No, it isn't." He pulled out his wallet. Maria's eyes widened. "Please don't." The cashier looked between them. The man handed over his card. "Run it." The woman who had been complaining looked shocked. "You can't be serious." The man glanced toward her. "My mother raised 2 kids by herself." The entire checkout area grew quiet. "There were nights she skipped meals so my sister and I could eat." His voice remained steady. "I remember standing in grocery stores while she figured out which items we could afford." Maria felt tears forming again, this time for a different reason. The transaction processed. Approved. The receipt printed. The man handed it to Maria. She looked speechless. "I can't let you do this." "Sure you can." "But I don't even know you." The man smiled. "My mom didn't know the people who helped her either." For a moment, neither spoke. Then Maria quietly asked, "Why?" The man thought for a second, then answered honestly, "Because somebody once helped my family when we needed it." He shrugged. "Maybe this is my turn." The store was silent. Even the woman who had been complaining suddenly found the floor very interesting. Maria wiped away tears. "I'll pay you back." The man shook his head. "No." She looked confused. Instead, he pointed toward the bags. "Just take care of yourself." Then he smiled. "And if you ever see somebody having a hard day, help them if you can." Maria nodded, unable to speak. She gathered her groceries and headed toward the exit. Halfway to the door, she turned back. The man was already unloading his own groceries onto the belt, as if what he had done wasn't extraordinary, as if it were simply the right thing to do. Years later, Maria would still remember that afternoon, not because she couldn't afford her groceries, not because of the woman who insulted her, but because one stranger saw someone struggling and chose compassion instead of judgment. And whenever life gave her the opportunity, Maria tried to do the same. Because sometimes, the most valuable thing a person can give isn't money, it's dignity. And on one difficult afternoon in a grocery store, a stranger gave her both. If you enjoyed this story, please subscribe to our channel. Thank you!